Happy New Year, Empowered Game Changers. I hope you are ready for 2018. It is a master year that holds a master number 11. If you don't know anything about numerology, check it out. It's going to be a great year. Many of us went through transitions. A lot of people on the planet are evolving. We're finding ourselves, understanding who we truly are at a very spiritual level. It's a huge spiritual awakening. Reminds me a lot of the stories I heard of the 60s. I was not born back then. But the spiritual awakening that people had, the openness to understanding who they were and what mattered in their life, it was beautiful. And now I feel that same energy coming into 2018. People want to live their highest selves, as their highest selves. They want to begin to recenter and find that peace, that joy in their lives. Because a lot of us had a very, very tough year in 2017. For me, I went through the dark night of the soul. Whew. I was posting videos, I was working out, I was going through life. And when I say going through, I was a zombie. I was walking through life. You might have seen me, I might have been smiling, I might have spoken to you, but inside my entire world was crashing to the ground. I was having a tower moment. You know, the universe decided that it was time to release a lot of things in my life. Not because of anything bad. You know, some people say, oh, karma, you got karma. Get rid of those people. Listen, sometimes you have to release things in order to make room for bigger and better things. I knew that I had a lot of great things coming. I knew that I needed to evolve as a person. There were a lot of beliefs and values that I held because of childhood traumas and unresolved childhood issues. I needed to forgive. I needed to understand and learn how to find my center, how to continue to stay centered, how to deal with my emotions, and how to express my emotions in a healthy way. So my tower moment meant I had to have a lot of conflict. It meant, you know, I get overseas. I actually was supposed to play in Izmir, which is on the water as well. And for a team that was going to be a top 5 team, I'm walking into the season, coming overseas thinking, whoa, my last pro season, I have a chance to win another championship. This is going to be a lot of fun. And I started documenting my season, putting videos up, and well, then being there, I think my 3rd week there, we're a week away from the season starting. The GM calls me into the office and he tells me that the team just lost its biggest sponsor and I'm free to go find another job. Whew, okay. There are quite a few problems with this. One, I just left my family to come overseas so that I could support my family. So telling me that I just lost my job, that you guys are bankrupt, and no apology or anything, just, you know, you can go find another job if you want. You're free to go play for another team. It was difficult. It brings a lot of stress and pressure, baby, because the bills don't stop. And, you know, a lot of people say, you know, Michelle, some people, they don't really understand how things work. You know, you're a great player. It'll be easy for you to find another job. We're 1 week away from the season starting. What company is 1 week away from opening and hasn't filled every position? And the way it works overseas, when you bring foreign players in, the contracts are guaranteed. So no one can drop someone to pick me up. So I have all of this stress, and I'm talking about I am freaking out right now because I want to do my launch, which is, you know, my Game Changer launch, which is what I'm doing now. And I'm thinking about, man, I worked so hard and I've created all these videos and I've done all this work and I'm right here at the finish line. Like, why would the universe do this? Like, did I do something wrong? Is it something that I need to address? And I realized that I hadn't done anything wrong. This is life. And life was taking me through the ringer. It was teaching me how to adapt, how to adjust, how to be flexible, how to deal with conflicts and issues when they arise, and to learn to love whatever arises. And it's very hard to find love in unemployment. That was a tough one for me. Needless to say, I did sign with another team. Ended up taking a pay cut. Signed with another team that was having issues of their own. They hadn't paid players in 4 years, and they had a $4 million lawsuit. So my concern was, if they haven't paid players for the last 4 years, how in the world are they going to be able to pay me this season? So once again, that stress and that frustration, it was continuing to build within me. And you can only take so much before you explode. We had a new coach, a different style of play, very laid back coach, and I enjoyed it, loved playing for him. And we didn't have a point guard yet because they're still trying to find players at this point. The season has started, and we're starting without a point guard. And, this was some management issues. They took full responsibility. They paid everything, and now they're looking for players who are available. There are not very many players available. Because of my situation, we were able to find a post. So we lose the first few games. We don't have anyone that can bring the ball up the court, so quite understandable. But when you're losing, you know how it is in your company and on your job. Somebody's got to go. They fire our coach. So to fast forward, over the last 4 months, I've had 4 different coaches. I've been on 2 different teams. And the level of stress was getting so high that I had a few panic attacks. I couldn't breathe. I'm talking about, I didn't know, like each month I'm stressing, not knowing if this team is going to go bankrupt, if they're going to be able to pay off their financial obligations. Just a week ago, we had to forfeit a game. We went all the way through the warm-ups, sweating, I'm ready, I'm hyped. Yes, game time. And the federation, when you do the player introductions and we run out and, wait to the crowd or whatever, we're getting ready to do player introductions. The gym is packed, and this is a game that we can win, so it's an important game for us. Federation tells us that we cannot play because the team hasn't met all their financial obligations. A lot of things are going through my head right now. Am I about to lose my job too? Are they going to pay the past coach because he deserves to be paid? And that's not fair. I believe in fairness to everyone, not just myself. I don't look at situations from a me perspective. I always look at it from a we perspective. And I'm looking at my teammates because they're worried, are we going to drop out of the division or out of the league? So all of us are stressed and worried, and all of us are now concerned with, 1, are we going to be able to pay our bills this year? 2, are we even going to finish the season? Do we have jobs? 3, what do I do with all of this stress and all of this pressure that I feel building up within me? And I know many of you have been in situations where your back was against the wall, you've had financial obligations, or maybe you were dealing with an illness in the family, and it became so much to deal with, and there was so much pressure, and you had to walk around smiling and acting as if everything was okay when your entire world was falling apart. I'm here to tell you, you're gonna cry. It's going to hurt. And there were times and moments where I was like, you know what, I'm done, I'm tired. If this is life, I don't want it. This is too much. I was so overwhelmed that I really just kind of gave up. I'm talking about the only time I got out of the bed was to go to practice because I had to, because I still have to eat, my family has to eat. And I would go in, put on a brave face, and as soon as practice was over, back to that sad, depressed me that didn't know if I was going to be able to take care of my responsibilities, to help my family in ways that I've been able to do in the past. And it was difficult because I was like, I don't want to go into savings. I don't want to have to sell homes or do things that I don't have to do in order to survive. But sometimes that's exactly what we have to do. And sometimes you're going to find that you're on your back is against the wall, and you feel like every day you get up, there's another slap in the face. Like there's no relief. You're probably in the dark night of the soul. That's when everything in your life is turned upside down. You are physically drained. I didn't want to get up. You could tell in my play that, man, it's just something about her is not there. It's that extra spark, that extra crazy energy. It wasn't there because I didn't have it. Mentally, I was so caught up in how am I going to figure this out? What do I need to do? The different changes I need to make in my life to make sure everything goes okay. I'm in the middle of 3 lawsuits. So it was a lot of stress and pressure because it's all of these people coming at me from all of these different directions. And you don't know how things are going to work out. I mean, I don't really understand why I'm in 3 lawsuits, but hey, this is life. You got to go through it. Some people see it as a target and they're going to try to come at you from every which direction. And when you're down, people see blood, they think you're weak, and they're going to come after you. You have to accept that. Because I accepted all the travel, all the joys of going around the world. There are going to be highs and lows in this world, and you have to take both. And the higher the highs, the lower the lows. That's why they say save for hard times. That's why they tell us that it's important to be careful how you treat people. Because when you're going through that dark night of the soul, you want people to have your back and to be there for you. For me, I just chose to go through the dark night of the soul by myself. I wanted to figure out, what is the universe trying to teach me? What are you trying to tell me? And for me, it was an elevation spiritually to take on more mentally practical strategies in my life, to understand how to control and center my emotions. It was teaching me how to evolve to my higher self. And at first, I was like, well, what did I do to deserve this? I don't understand why I'm going through this. And it's interesting because in December, as I started to feel a little better, as things started to mellow out after 3 months of, just constant sleeping, I realized that the universe didn't bring this to me. I brought it on myself. I asked to evolve. I asked the universe to help me become my highest, best self. And in order to do that, I didn't know this at the time when I signed up. It's kind of like, you sign up for the class and you don't think about all the work that you have to do. I didn't think this through before I asked the universe for this gift. And it is a beautiful gift. I wanted to be my highest, best self, which meant that the universe was going to have to take a lot of things out of my life that didn't belong, that did not serve my highest self. A lot of friendships dissolved. There are relationships with people, partnerships, no more. Things I thought would last and people I thought would be there for the rest of my life, do or die, are gone. It hurt like hell. It was hard. At the end of the day, it was worth it. Well worth it. If they don't serve my highest good, my highest self, if there's no we in the equation, I'm okay with that. If there are people that are draining me mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, you're out. It's 2018, baby, and I will not bring anything that does not serve love, that does not serve my highest self into 2018. If you hurt me, I forgive you. If you owe me money, your debt is no longer. If I have offended you, I am truly sorry from the bottom of my heart. I want a clean slate. I want balance, peace, harmony, and love. I want to live a life where I embrace compassion, empathy, equanimity, and love. And if those are things that you're not down with, it's okay. It just means that we've come to a fork in the road. I thank you for all that you've taught me and all that you have allowed me to experience. And I'm grateful for that, because every experience allows us to evolve. Every person we meet influences us. How we choose to perceive that interaction is up to us. I choose to perceive it in the light of love. That's why I'm so excited about 2018, because I asked for evolvement and I went through the dark night of the soul, which was kind of ironic. I asked for, I want to live my highest self. I want to learn to live a life of love, and I go through hell. I guess that was the lesson. In order to get to heaven, or to live that, and I believe heaven is on earth. In order to get there, you're going to have to go through hell. They're going to be hard times. They're going to be traumatizing. You're going to have trauma bonds that you have to break, childhood issues that you have to address. There are going to be things that are going to come out of your closet that are so deep and so dark. You said you would never deal with them, you would never address them, but you're going to have to if you want to make this your best year ever. And I know you, if you're watching this video, you want 2018 to be better. You want it to be more successful, more harmonious. And if you do, if you want to live your highest self, I'm going to be putting out videos on what the dark night of the soul did for me, on finding emotional stability, becoming an empath, or embracing that I am an empath, but understanding how to balance that out so that you're not a doormat. Because living from a place of love or being compassionate, empathetic, does not mean being a doormat. You have to understand that there have to be boundaries in place. Don't allow people to use you. And if you're interested in learning more and seeing more and hearing more about my journey, subscribe to the channel, because I'll be putting out more videos. And if you know someone that may be going through the dark night of the soul, or someone who just wants to become a better person, and maybe they want to hear the story and understand that they're not alone. We all go through dark times, hard times. Then share this video with them. I'll see you in the next video. We're going to address a lot of issues, from codependency, how to heal childhood issues, how to balance yourself. And when I say balance yourself, I believe in what is called the balanced will. The balanced will consists of spiritual balance, mental, emotional, physical, financial, and in our relationships. If you have a balanced will and it's balanced and harmonious, you will live a happy, balanced life. And when one of those things, some will be up sometimes, some will be down, but you will begin to be aware, self-aware of where you are, socially aware of what's going on around you. You will begin to understand how to manage yourself and how to work together with others in a way that allows all to succeed. And if that interests you, then hit the subscribe button, share the video, and we will talk more about how to live your best life ever in 2018.